Hello, my friends, it's Peg, and it's time for the August mood board for Art Joy is Sharing. Now, this is my sister channel. Chelsea and I typically share that channel, and today she was not feeling well, so I was kind of the primary art maker today. So I was playing with junk, junk mail, stuff I had out on my desk. I grabbed the wrong gesso to start with. I had a clear one. I wanted the white because I want to cover up this advertisement. This is a really cool little booklet that I got in my mailbox, and I thought, this paper's good. It's a cute little pocket thing that could go into a journal easily, and I thought, I'm just going to put some gesso down on this and make it into something, because junk mail is fun to work with, right? So, yeah, I did a live show. If you want to see this in real time, go over and check out Art Joy is Sharing, because, yeah, I did an hour and a half with the folks on the live show. So this is just another piece of junk mail, and I was showing some of the things that I'd been working on. Now you can see I tucked that piece back into the pocket. I'm just playing with some other products that I have around that we're trying to use up stuff we have in our studio that we haven't used before. So that's what I'm doing, is playing. So I was showing how you can take some of these pieces and incorporate them into your journal. You can just cut out shapes. I'm playing with some of that watercolor paint from Martha Stewart. I didn't even know she had watercolor paint, but the girls tell me that, yeah, it's out there. And I'm also looking at the prompts for the month, because we have a challenge going on, which is Abstract August. And so I'm going to incorporate that into my mood board. I can use the mood board colors and imagery, and also the prompts from the Abstract August, and create. So I'm just using some stencils. These are Stencil Girl product stencils. They're ATC size, and I love the small size. I cut them down and put them on these wires, and I'm going to use the colors that are part of the mood board. And I have some things out on my desk. I have some Dina Wakley media paint, which is in carnation and mineral, and I also have some blue from Golden, which is the cerulean blue, and a Prussian blue hue. And then I also have some Americana chalky finish in a New Life green. So I'm using the imagery that's in the background on this. This is just that little tuck piece that goes inside of the brochure. And then I'm also showing what I've done with some masking fluid. I have several different types of masking fluid. Some is in a bottle with a needle tip, which comes out quite a bit thicker, which is on your right there. And then on the left, I have some that's in a Pebeo pen, and it's much easier. It's kind of like using a paint pen, because it's got the fine tip on it, and you can control how it works. So I'm using some watercolor medium. This is a Neocolor 2 crayon and just a water brush, and I'm moving that around. I'm using some of the colors that are in the mood board for the month, and there are also flower imagery in the mood board. So I thought, okay, we'll do flowers, and we'll do watercolor and these soft pastel colors. I'm not really a pastel girl, but sometimes you have to break out of the box and do something different. So I have some other imagery that I have sketched on there. It's kind of hard to see because it's on the white canvas. This is some Yes All Media Artist canvas paper. And it's kind of fun, because you can rip it, you can tear it, you can, it's fabric. So I have out my gel plate, and I'm putting some medium down on that because I want to seal that watercolor. So you can use any kind of sealant that you have, whether it's gel matte medium or what you have on your shelf, and I'm going to seal that down. But in the meanwhile, I'm getting my gum eraser because I'm getting ahead of myself. I have to pull that mask fluid back up off of the imagery and expose the white. And that's why I like it when you're using watercolor, is because you don't have to be so careful about preserving the white area. Uh, the mask fluid will preserve that area for you. So now I have this Nuvo brush marker. It's in a lovely blue tone. I like my Prussian blues, so I'm going to add that. It's also a tone that's in the background on the mood board. And I thought, okay, so I'll do that dark background with these florals, and I will be happy with that. Just going to put that down, make sure that I get that coated real well with the medium, and then I'll set that aside to dry. Going to clean up my gel plate because I don't want that stuff drying on there, so I'm just hitting it with some hand sanitizer and cleaning it off. Now, this is an hour-and-a-half live show. People come in and go, and it's kind of like that. But some of the people that came in had missed what I was telling them about the masking fluid. So now I have a piece of black text weight paper so that you can see the masking fluid on there. I'm showing how the masking fluid is resisting the crayon. I'm showing the pen and how fine it is in comparison to the masking fluid that's in the needle bottle. And you could put masking fluid in your own containers. You can buy masking fluid in a bottle and pour it into your own little spouts. I've done that a number of times with different products. And now I have these solid paint markers, and I'm just rubbing that down over the black, and I'm pulling up some of that gum on this other piece and blending out some of that solid paint marker to show. And you can see now when I come back with my gum eraser and pull that gummy masking fluid back, you see the black which is behind instead of the white. So you can preserve whatever color is behind there, whether it's text paper, um, book paper, craft paper. It's kind of fun to see what is underneath all of that. So, continuing to play, the other things that I started on are drying down, and this is not rocket science or anything beautiful, but because it's Abstract August, I'm just doing some abstract floral there on that other piece of canvas. And then I'm going to show drawing with that masking pen on this watercolor from Martha Stewart. I put a little bit of that pink watercolor on this Bristol board because somebody was asking, can you use it on cardstock? What can you use it on? Yeah, I've used it on just about everything. You saw me, I'm using it on canvas, I'm using it on text weight paper, now I'm using it on Bristol board. So, yeah, that was a crayon, a Marabou crayon that I put some color down with, and now I'm going to take my eraser, and you can see there's my lines that I did with that Pebeo pen. So I'm back to my junk mail piece, just working back and forth, right? And there's some of that canvas. I'm just tearing it down to show that, you can rip it just like regular fabric. And I'm going to finish putting some stenciling on this, using some of the colors that are in that mood board, that blue, the blue-gray, my stencils from Stencil Girl, which are those little ones that I have on the ring. And I'm also going to integrate that by adding some of those colors to the pocket that we have. And then I want to use up the paint because we don't want to waste paint. I'm also going to use it on the piece that goes inside the pocket, and that will integrate the interior piece that's going in the pocket with the exterior. Putting that extra paint down, and yeah, it's going to go back in the pocket and it's going to create a fun little piece. So I'm going to glue some things down. I'm going to bring some of those other colors in that are part of the challenge this month. I've got some florals. This is just a piece of tape that I'd lifted some paint and things off of a gel plate with. I'm going to spray down those flowers to add the pink tones because there are pinks in the mood board. And I want to incorporate that. You know, the pinks and the greens and the reds, you know, red and green opposite on the color wheel, they go real well together. I do love that dark blue. So, I'm going to put some double stick on the back of this. I'm going to finish this piece out, and that'll be it for another month of mood board. And yeah, I'm going to keep on working on those abstract August pieces. So if you're using our hashtags, we appreciate you because I'm following that on Instagram. And you can join our Facebook group. Just answer a few questions for Art Drea Sharing, and we'll get you in there. And you too can play along with these challenges that we have each month. So thanks for being here. I hope you have a super day and make some art.